Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Pony Talk Podcast. This is a special, guys, so, yes, awesome for that. As always, I am Dashi101, and here I'm joined with two special people, one new addition to the podcast. We have DB102. Say hello to every pony.
Hello.
Yes, it's her first time on the podcast, and we've been wanting to get her on for quite some time now. But she has made it to the special, and she might join us in other podcasts too.
I hope so.
Absolutely. If you like this one a lot, then you're more than welcome to. Any of you guys out there are. And also, we cannot forget about Chris. So say hello, Chris.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Alright, back at it again, this time doing Rainbow Roadtrip, the special that just aired last week. So yeah.
It was a couple weeks ago.
Alright, was it a couple weeks ago? Dang. Yeah, it was. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Time's flying by, man. Yeah, so this is fantastic. They haven't done one of these special podcasts in a while, but on that note, how you guys been?
Pretty good.
Okay.
That's good. That's good.
Tired.
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty tired too. I mean, just generally with me, I'm going to be actually leaving soon to go on vacay. So, yeah, I've been letting that out throughout the channel because I need to let people know. But yeah, I don't know if I told you guys that, but yes, I will be leaving soon on vacation. So
Have
just
fun.
yeah, I'll try not to get too much sun because sun is not good with me. It's horrible. It's not good.
I'm blocked.
Absolutely, I'm definitely putting on the SPF, the 50. So yeah, I'm that much of an extreme white boy. So anyways, yes guys, we are doing Rainbow Roadtrip, and this, let me tell you, actually first of all, we were going to have someone joined with us on this podcast, and he couldn't. Philly man, or Philly fan, he's one of those two. He was going to join with us, unfortunately he can't, but he said he will try to be with us in the next one. So fantastic to that. Yeah, so this episode is, well, this special, I should say, is very relatable, I gotta say, to the old MLP. I don't know if you guys remember Rainbow Runaway, I think. Runaway Rainbow? Yeah.
I think so.
This, I guess, kind of falls in that guideline because just how it's all set. So yeah, but it's definitely different. So that's good. But anyways, let's begin with talking about the episode. So we begin with the main six boarding the hot air balloon to go to Hope Hollow, it's called. And they are hosting the Rainbow Festival, which is very well known there. And they gave a letter to Rainbow Dash mentioning that she would be the guest of honor for the Rainbow Festival. You can't have a Rainbow Festival without Rainbow Dash. It's just not possible. Not at all. No. So, yeah, and there goes my FaceTime again. I swear to God. Ignore that, guys, in the background. I am sorry. Yeah, so anyways, going on with this, Rainbow Dash is this special guest of honor, and Twilight leaves Spike in charge of the castle and also the School of Friendship because they're not going to be around for a little bit. So yes, and we have the members getting ready, and they're ready to take off. Well, in that moment of takeoff, let's just say takeoff wasn't really the key factor. The balloon slowly goes up and then just stops because they just have too much luggage with them. And immediately, this was the best part, immediately they blame it on Rarity, which I was like, oh, okay. I was like, well, you know, Rarity has gotten better with her luggage, as shown with,
She's like, it's not me this time.
like, as, I don't know, the Mean Six, when she was camping with the others to go, on the retreat, Rarity was instantly pulled from that, saying Rarity, and she's like, oh, no, that's not me, that's Starlight, because this is our first camping trip. Rarity's like, I actually packed small this time. Well, Rarity also packed small in this one. It's mainly Twilight with her reading and all that. Twilight, you know, Twilighting again. Yep. Random Twilighting. With this being said, they let go of all that stuff, and Spike's like, okay, have a good time, girls. I'll see you, later on. Yeah, that's it. And, we head off to, Hope Hollow. And, with that, it's kind of been a while since, they've left the ground, and they're like, okay, where is this place? Are we just, like, lost or something? There's clouds everywhere, they don't know where they're going. But just out of the middle of nowhere, we see this magnificent rainbow, and they're like, "Ooh, maybe there." And then this is where we have one of them saying, "Okay, are we gonna crash into that rainbow?" Then we get the comment saying, "Nah, rainbows, you go right through them. They're not solid objects." Which was Rainbow Dash who said that. And, what happens? They crash right into it. And, you know, just, oh, yeah, that won't happen. That's not a solid object. It's not solid or anything. You're fine. You can go right through it. Nope. It takes on its own ways and, crashes right into it. And we find out that is, well, they mention it's a billboard, but later on we find out it's a welcome sign to Hope Hollow. And that ends up wrecking the hot air balloon and the sign. So, they notice that, okay, everything's destroyed and stuff. We definitely can't leave here now. So, we are kind of stranded. Okay, well, there's a village over there. Let's go see what that's all about. And the main six are like, okay, is this Hollow or is this somewhere else? Which, later on we do find out it is Hope Hollow. But it's looking quite different. Very different. Chris, do you want to explain that differenceness?
Yeah, because it looks, everything in this town is gray.
Yeah, very gray. Very gray. And, yeah, why is this town gray? Lots of those questions floating up in the air while a lot of people were watching the special. It's like, okay, so what's going to be happening throughout this? And, well, they stumble across a house, or what they think is a house. Later on we find out it's a hotel, which they're looking for the hotel. And we meet a pony named Petunia. Now, Petunia, she is a very interesting pony we meet. She seems like she's kind of like, oh, who are you strangers? And she's kind of a little bit silly. We kind of see that. There's just something weird about her. I don't know what it was, but anyways, going on with that, the main six kind of question. So we're trying to find our 4-star hotel, basically, and where is that located? And she's like, well, you're here. They're like, oh, okay. Who's the mayor of this town? Oh, that is, I forget his name. What is his name? Shoot. I'm trying to think of his name. I cannot think of what the mayor's name. Sunny Skies, there we go. they want to speak with Mayor Sunny Skies to, well, see what's taking place in the Rainbow Festival, where that's going to be held. But the main six, you know, just by their surroundings and stuff, they're kind of like focused everywhere now. They want to kind of figure out what's going on, why everything's not colorful, why things are the way they are, and why our pony's very antisocial. You know, it's fine with being antisocial, but like, this is a major problem. So let's get to the bottom of this. And so they enter into the hotel, or the Grand Star Hotel, which ends up being only one room for the entire hotel, we find out. Which is like, okay, you know, if that's a room, then, I mean, it works and stuff. It must be nice and all that. She's like, oh, it is, let me tell you. Opens up the door, cobwebs, a lot of grayness, and dust everywhere. And a little bit of broken stuff, too. So this room is a total disaster. The main six are kind of a little unhappy with it, but at the same time, they are not letting that get to them because they want to see. They were invited to this event. Rainbow Dash was, of course, the one invited, but she also could invite her friends. Which Rainbow's kind of feeling like a little bit bad about this because she's like, okay, I got my friends here, and look at where we are. Look at where our living space while we're going to be here. And we can't leave anytime soon because our balloon's destroyed. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to make the best out of this. So they try to spoof up their living quarters. Well, Pinkie Pie at least tries to, which she does a pretty decent job. I mean, with the little stuff Pinkie Pie packs, it ends up being pretty exciting. So I'll give her that. Anyways, the next morning, the main six walk into town and notice that everything in Hope Hollow is gray, and so are the ponies. Not only is the town, but the ponies are. Okay, this is, there's definitely something wrong. And Twilight is...
Kind of like the Twilight Zone.
The Twilight Zone. Ha, yeah. Basically.
Uh-huh.
Ha ha ha. Ha. I know where you were getting there and stuff. I knew, like, that you weren't making that into a pun, but just the thought of that, I was just like, okay. Yeah, basically, the Twilight Zone. Which, Twilight wants to get answers from this mayor, so we stumble across, Sunny Skies, who says, oh, hey, it's good to see you folks and all that. Welcome to, Hope Hollow. You guys enjoying your stay? And they're like, well, actually, I guess you could say that, but no, not really. And they're like, oh, so let's just jump to questions. First of all, what the hey happened here? Second of all, is there even anything called the Rainbow Festival? Because, like, nothing here is colorful. And is there even anything dealing with the Rainbow Festival? There's nothing set up. Oh yeah, there's a few stuff set up, which we see, one of them being the Butterfly Garden. Fluttershy asked about that. And then we see papers of butterflies drawn on, laid on bushes. Okay. Yeah, that's wrong. That's not what was advertised in the brochure when they were on their way to Hope Hollow. Okay, so what about karaoke? Pinkie Pie asked about that. Yes, they do have a stage and all that. Not really karaoke. It's pretty dead. Pretty dead for karaoke. But Pinkie Pie still wants to make the best out of it, and she's like, oh, I can do something with that, more than likely. And then we get asked about the rainbow trout, which, you know, I was kind of expecting, like, a fish drawn on paper, kind of along with the butterflies. Nope. We get a pony in a rainbow trout outfit, or costume, cosplay. I mean, that works too. So, yeah. And that Rainbow Trout is also the entertainer, aka the karaoke pony as well. So he kind of follows around that. And yeah, the main six are getting very, very kind of frustrated now, but also kind of like, this is not what was advertised. And Sunny Skies is like, oh, I'm sorry, you know, if we just advertise actual stuff, and we're sorry about that, but if we told you guys of how it actually was, we were afraid you guys wouldn't have come. And Twilight then starts to realize, okay, we need to help these ponies out. And then she starts asking them about the gray town. Why is the town gray? And Sunny Skies is a little bit like sensitive to that subject, but he lets us know about it in a song, which is actually, I enjoyed the song. The song was actually,
I liked the song.
it was really
It's
good, but it was also real. It pulled on those heartstrings. Like, it was really emotional. I was like, dang, that's got some feeling. I said something totally different, but yeah, it had some heartstrings definitely pulled. But while everything was told in that moment, Sunny Skies feels all hopeless and stuff, and he's like, you know, I understand if you guys are upset, and if you guys want to go home after your balloon is fixed, because we have one of our best ponies working on it, one of our mechanics around, the repair pony called Torque Wrench, yep. And she is repairing the balloon for the main six so they can get back on their way. And this is where Twilight says, no, we came here, we got invited to this Rainbow Festival, we are going to have a Rainbow Festival. Dang it, if it's the last thing we do to help out this town and make it great, that's our job. So we can do this. We are going to make this a successful Rainbow Festival. Despite the fact of what happened in the past, that is behind us now. It's time to move on, and we're going to make this town grow again. So, while this is going, Sunny is very ecstatic by listening to this news, and he's like, okay, how you guys going to do it? And she's like, well, we're going to split up everyone so they can go fly and get certain items, collect some stuff, so we can start the festival in some way, shape, or form. And also get ponies interested into the festival, because the ponies are what makes this excellent. So, with that being said, they go to certain ponies to see what they're doing, and letting them know, spreading the word out that the Rainbow Festival is going to happen. We were informed about it, and we are going to make this the best festival yet. So, with this going on, Rainbow Dash kind of discovers something, and tries to do something about the village getting its color back. Well, so does Twilight. And that is, well, they try to use magic in a way. Twilight tries to cast a spell on the village, which we find out is very ineffective, doesn't do anything. And Rainbow Dash is like, maybe it's not magic. Maybe it needs something more. And she's like, I got the perfect thing for that. And so she goes up in the air and performs her magnificent sonic rain boom, which it makes a big boom, and a lot of ponies are like, ooh, pretty rainbow. But it only lasts for a little bit, and that does not help. Not help at all. So she then says, well, sorry, that's all I got. And she's like, there's some sort of source here. I don't know if it's that box that Sunny's talking about, or some other source of magic that's keeping it the way it is. but we're going to figure this out. Maybe we can take a look at that generator and maybe try to do something with it. And then so while they go and do that, we see Applejack, and Applejack is with Torque Wrench, and kind of ask her questions about the town, about her, and while she's fixing this balloon. And then Applejack says, well, you know, we're sorry about that billboard and stuff. And she's like, who cares? It's not any use to us anymore. And Applejack's like, well, that's not true. That billboard actually was the key item that actually got us here. Without it, we would have never found this place because of just how conditions are. And she's like, well, do you want me to actually try to fix this? And Torque Wrench looks at Applejack and starts cracking up. And she's like, yeah, you're serious. Okay. And Applejack's like, no, I'm being legit honest. I literally will fix this. You know, we broke it. We need to fix it. So we're going to do this. And so Applejack's like, okay, we need to get those pieces here, and I will start repairing this thing. Torque Wrench is like, well, good luck with that. And she starts repairing the balloon. And then we go to, I think, Rarity and, yeah, Rarity. Just Rarity and Kerfuffle, I think that's her name. Chris, can you... Huh?
Kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle. Is it Kerfuffle? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Chris is my dictionary for some of these ponies because they're oddly named, but they're kind of creative too. Kerfuffle, though, is, we see, is a sort of fashion designer. Which how Rarity stumbles across her is she notices a very interesting dress outside of the window. This dress is very, very comparable to one of hers, actually. And Rarity's like, that's kind of my design. She's like, She goes into the store and meets Kerfuffle, which she's a very energizing pony. Very enthused to do things, and she doesn't really get many visitors. But
more interesting. You know what's interesting?
Mm-hmm.
She has a prosthetic leg.
She does. Which her hind hoof in the back. I think it was her right. Well, her left, but our right. Her hind hoof. Yeah, right there, and she's very excited to see Rarity walk in because she's like, oh my god, are you the Rarity? And she's like, well, I mean, in a sense, yeah, I am. She's like, oh my gosh, what are you doing here in Equestria? And she's like, well, you know, we kind of came here because they were going to hold a rainbow festival, and it didn't really turn out that way, so we're putting on a rainbow festival. And Kerfuffle asks, wait, they're still doing a rainbow festival? And she's like, well, we're at least trying to get it that way. But yes, we are. And she's like, but I happen to notice the dress in the window. That's very similar to my design. She's like, yeah, I know. Don't you like it? She's like, I do, but have you ever tried making some of your own designs? And she's like, I actually never did that because I'm not like you, how you can just come up with different things and stuff. And Rarity's like, nonsense. Of course you can. You just have to get inspired a little bit and look at things, just like kind of how you've been inspired by some of my dresses and designs. Obviously, you're using them. So we can make this work. And she's like, well, okay, I'm willing to give it a shot. And she's like, we're going to feature some of the stuff that you create in the Rainbow Festival. And Kerfuffle gets really, really excited. And it kind of sparks a connection between Rarity and Kerfuffle, which ends up making a little bit of color in her shop come back, which was one of her hats, which I thought was pretty cool. So, now that we're seeing certain signs come back in color, obviously I think we kind of figure out why the town is so gray in that little aspect. And we see this popping over different encounters. Applejack and Pinkie Pie with the pies. I don't know. It might have been just Pinkie Pie and Rarity. I'm not sure. Yeah. But we see that with the pies. They needed apricot, which the pie she tasted said it tastes awful. It almost reminded me of the episode with the cutie map. Remember when yeah, with the pies and stuff? That didn't look yummy. But yeah, so Pinkie Pie's like, that's apricot? Ugh. She's like, you might as well making trash, by the way. She's like, anyways, why haven't you guys tried looking for some trees that actually sprout really nice apricots? They're like, well, we have, but they're kind of on the neighbor side of our house, so we can't really use them. And Pinkie Pie's like, oh, let me take care of this. So she does with her Pinkie Pie ways, and ends up the neighbor letting her use the apricots on the trees for Mr. and Mrs. Hoofington, which they say we want to use these apricots for our delicious pies. And they allow him to try out one to see how it is. And he ends up liking it a lot, the cranky neighbor that we see. And he's like, my gosh, this is really good. I should have gave you my apricots a long time ago. Let's do this thing. And they're like, well, we're holding a rainbow festival. And then they're asking and questioning, wait, the rainbow festival? That's still a thing? And Pinkie Pie's, yeah, we're making this happen. So, with that being said, they go to making more pies and all that. And the apricots start growing their color and all that. And then I think this is where we go to Fluttershy, which she is helping out with the butterflies and all that, trying to get the village back together, making it all nice. And then we have Rainbow Dash, Rainbow Dash is still trying to figure out how to get this color back. And same goes with Twilight, because Twilight is back with, well, we'll get into that. Rainbow Dash is trying to, again, figure out color. How are we going to get this color back? She encounters two little fillies. These fillies are a very interesting couple. They like to fight a lot, which we see. Which I forgot their names. My gosh, I don't know what is with me and ponies' names. But, Pickle and Barley?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pickle and Barley. They are, I guess, fighting over the fact of how they do certain stuff, where they're supposed to fly and all that, and try new tricks. And Rainbow Dash is like, okay, you two stop fighting. I can't hear enough. I'm done with that. And they're like, whoa, wait, are you the Rainbow Dash? And she's like, well, the one and only. She's like, why are you guys fighting? She's like, can't you guys just, work things out? They're like, well, we could, but one pony decides to go one way, and I try to do this, and we can't get anything accomplished. And, she's like, okay, with you guys fighting and all that, none of that's going to work. And soon we find out that they are actually a part of what Rainbow Dash was informed in the letter, that they have a Rainbow Dash fan club there at Hope Hollow. which we find out those two fillies are that fan club. And Rainbow Dash is like, wait, you two are the ones who are a part of the Rainbow Dash fan club? And they're like, yeah, you're awesome. And she's like, oh my gosh. She's like, okay. She's like, so, you guys are having trouble and all that? Set aside, we're going to make you great flyers. And maybe even Wonderbolt's material. And they get really ecstatic about that. They're like, oh my gosh, we're probably going to be Wonderbolt material. She said that. Oh my gosh, the Rainbow Dash. So they geek out, fly with her, and Rainbow Dash is teaching them all new tricks and stuff, because she wants them to perform for the Rainbow Festival, which then they ask the question, oh, Rainbow Festival? Never heard of that. Or, never heard of that, what the heck? Well, we heard of it, but that's still going on. The same question goes throughout here. While she's doing that, we go with Twilight, which Twilight is in a library hosted in that same building with Petunia, and Petunia also runs the library, which Twilight is trying to find history books on, with Hope Hollow and all that, so she can get a bit of an idea of how to help the townsfolks. And she's like, well, we got these books over here, these books, and Twilight's in paradise, obviously. But she's like, okay, focus on what we need to do now, and then we'll get on to other things. So she's looking for the books to help her, and I think this is when she mentions about the generator, which the generator is what's sparks that beautiful rainbow throughout the town during the Rainbow Festival. And Petunia is like, yeah, we don't really want to talk about that, especially if Sunny's around. And she's like, I don't like to see him get upset. He already blames himself for everything that's happened. And she's like, well, can I at least take a look at this machine? And she's like, yeah, if you think you can do something or it will help you with something, then absolutely. So she pulls out the machine, and Twilight kind of looks at it and says, this looks fixable. I think we can do something with this. So while Twilight tries to take a look at it and all that, Sunny Skies theorizes that maybe he has some other pony that can help rebuild it. Which then Twilight questions too, because we are in the mayor's office now. The mayor's office is also gray, but surprisingly the memories and pictures aren't. What's up with that? Which, I mean, everything else is not colored, but the pictures are. And then Sunny Skies remind us about the rainbow outside that the main six crashed on and then accidentally destroyed. She's like, why is this stuff colored? And he's like, I don't know, but most of these are memories, so I don't know if that has something to do with it, but they're that way, and I honestly don't know. And Twilight's starting to kind of figure out, it's like, okay, this is new information. Maybe we could do something with this. Maybe this will be helpful. So, while everything is getting set, a lot of different things are starting to piece together. This Rainbow Festival is starting to come together, and it's starting to attract ponies. Pinkie Pie is definitely luring them in to taste the delicious apricot pies, not the disgusting ones. And then we have the karaoke just sort of coming together, and we have other stands and booths starting to actually being put out there in front of town. So then we have the machine that we go back to that, which is given to the town's repair pony, Torque Wrench. I just got your message. Yeah. So the town's repair pony, Torque Wrench, is looking at this machine. She's like, I think I can definitely do something with this and help you out fix this up. And she's like, let's see what my magic can do. And so she fixes it up, and they're like, okay, it's fixed. Should we give this a go? And Petunia's kind of like, I don't know. It's very risky. What happens if something worse happens? Twilight's like, it shouldn't. It seems like it's going to be fixed, and we got the best repair pony on the job for it. So, you know, we're going to make this work. And so Twilight presses the button to activate it, which it does cast and does what it's supposed to do, but it doesn't really give back the color. Well, while they were in contrast of fixing that machine, Applejack was there, and she discovered one of the flowers starting to regain its color. And Applejack tried to notify Twilight about it, but Twilight's like, not now, Applejack, later. And she's like, okay, Twilight, are you gonna listen to me now? She's like, what is it? She's like, I think the village is starting to regain its color. Not from the machine, but from the town's ponies. Something about them is making the color come back. And they start noticing the color coming back on some certain items. They're like, oh my gosh. I think we got an answer of how we can get the town's color back. It's not the machine. It's the ponies who actually make the town and the memories that go along with it. That explains why the billboard was colorful. That explains why the pictures are the way they are. Okay, we definitely need to get this Rainbow Festival because this is the only way the color is going to come back. So, Twilight and her friends go along and start piecing more of this thing together. And then we have Rarity and oh my god. Can't think of her name again. Kerfuffle, rolling out with the different clothes options, a lot of them being rainbow colored. And we have Twilight gifted rainbow wings, so that explains why Twilight has rainbow wings. Because I've seen them in the trailers and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, why does Twilight have rainbow wings? That has never happened. I think
they look cool.
I think they look really cool too. Yeah, I honestly really like that. But now I understand they're just like covers for her wings, which is pretty cool. And then Fluttershy gets socks, which are pretty cool as well. Rainbow and her little filly she's training to become Wonderbolt material, future Wonderbolt material, I should say. They get goggles and all that. And Kerfuffle says, I know you can't see the colors now, but when they do come back, you'll see what colors they are, and you'll really like them even more. And so, then we go on to another little song. This song is actually really decent too, but I definitely think the last song that we had, which is
Sunny Skies.
Yeah, Sunny Skies singing it. The End of the Rainbow, which was a really beautiful song once again. Really liked it. And then we have the song Living in Color, which comes up, which was actually really good. I liked it. It definitely made it lively. So the Restoration of Hope has actually sprung. Things are starting to regain its color, and this then identifies, okay, this is what it's all about. So how we're going to get the town's color back? We need every pony in this town to come join us in the Rainbow Festival, because this is what's going to make it. So they gather every pony who is in that town, or at least the majority of them. because a lot of them have left because just the Rainbow Festival hasn't been as good anymore. And then, while this all happens, the mayor announces the box that has been repaired, or that machine, which he still thought was what sucked the color out of the town, out of Hope Hollow, and he's like, alright, we're going to do this, 3, 2, 1, and the box opens up, giant rainbow, all the ponies look at it, and they are like, and wow, this is awesome, and this is where we have Sunny saying, see guys, this is what our town stands for. And, you know, it's not all this cool, wacky stuff we have. It's the ponies that make this town. This is how everything is supposed to be. Without you, this town is nothing. And so, with that being said, the town starts to regain basically all its color. And ponies are starting to lighten up. They're finally getting their normal colors, and yeah, that was the cure. Getting the memories back and letting everyone feel that sensation that we are a part of something big, and we are making something happen here. So this is awesome. We have the Rainbow Festival back, and it's amazing. It's more than amazing. So the town's ponies are very grateful that Twilight and her friends helped regain everything that they lost before. And this is where we have Rainbow Dash and the little ones fly in and do their amazing stunts as, well, Rainbow Dash says, you are legal future Wonderbolts. I'll be seeing you soon. And they're very excited. So, while everything is together, Sunny Skies thanks the main six for all they done, but he says, I have one more thing that I needed to do. And then we have Petunia say, what's that, Sunny? I was not expecting this part, but Sunny asked Petunia in engagement, in a beautiful letter that he gave Petunia, and the whole town heard. And he says, Petunia, do you take me to be your cult? And she says, of course, absolutely. From day one, I wanted to be with you. And so it's official. Petunia and Sunny are together. So I guess Petunia's potentially a mayor too. That's awesome. So there's two amazing mayors running the town of Hope Hollow, and everything is back into its normal place. So the hot air balloon's fixed. Everything around them feels like the Rainbow Festival, and definitely is the invite that they received and as described as well. The butterflies come back into the garden. Everything is 100% again. Sunny then thanks them for what they have done, and they're saying, well, this is what we do, and we're hoping to see you guys soon. So they hug each other, and the whole entire town starts to sing the song Living in Color. And at the end of that song, the main six say farewell to their new friends and head off back home to Ponyville, the great town of Ponyville, to catch up with Spike. Well, he's doing whatever he's doing at the castle and the School of Friendship. And that's where the episode ends, right there. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was the full special that we got. My gosh. Yeah, there was a lot to talk about. Just seeing that animation again, you know, I kind of feel like this was a little bit of a My Little Pony movie, just with the style of animation and just how everything went together. I really like this, so I'm very thankful that they brought that animation style back. What about you guys? Did you guys think it was really good?
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you like the original or the animation style come back for the movie? Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, I like the movie style.
I do too, and I know he's not on here, but Philly man, or Philly fan, never am going to get that right. I talked to him and I told him, you know, wouldn't that be interesting if they made this the style of Generation 5? I could be accepting of that. That would be actually really awesome. Because that's CGI, and CGI is, by what I heard, a lot more cheaper than what the regular episodes are made. Their animation style, because they have to draw all that out and make every little single thing, whereas CGI, they have a little bit of help with that. And I don't know about you, but I like seeing 3D animations of ponies and stuff like that. I think it's pretty awesome. But Friendship is Magic has a unique style as well. I'm not saying that animation style is horrible in any way, shape, or form. I love that style. But I gotta say, this one definitely kind of brings more into it. I don't know. There's just something about it that makes my heart and me smile. Yeah. But, do you guys have anything else to say about this episode?
Not much.
Not much? No?
Not really, but I did enjoy it a lot.
I did too. And, yes. I definitely am going to be watching this special again. And I did also find out that the hiatus that we're on right now for Season 9 is not that long. It literally comes back, I want to say somewhere like the 2nd or the 4th of August. One of those two?
It's 3rd because it's Saturday.
Right. Yeah, it is the 3rd. Yep, you're right. I knew it was one of those. It was in between. Close, but no luck. So, yeah, but that will be exciting. So we'll be scheduled regular to our podcast with that. But yeah, a Rainbow Road Trip, man, great episode. It's nice that they put a little bit of a spin to it from their other one, Runaway Rainbow. I definitely can see where that comes in, and great animation style and great story and amazing songs as well. Daniel Ingram, I will never dislike any of his songs, because I've been pretty happy with all the songs that he has produced. So yeah, that's a big compliment right there. But anyway, guys, that's all I really have to talk about. What did you guys think about Rainbow Road Trip? Did you like it? Did you think it was amazing as we did, or did you think it was alright? We want to hear from you, because that's what these podcasts are all about. Here, letting you guys listen into what our thoughts are, and you guys commenting down below. But with that being said, make sure you leave a like, share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe, guys, and click that notifications bell to keep updated with the channel with future podcasts just like these, vlogs, gameplays, any of the sort. Is up for you and you guys to decide. And also, make sure you go check out these guys' amazing channels, Chris's channel and DB's channel. I'll have them linked down in the description so you guys can go check out their content. With that being said, this is the end of our special, closing off MLP's Rainbow Road Trip. So, as always, guys, we will see you in the next Pony Talk podcast, when we come back to either Season 9 from the hiatus, or another special just like this. Take care, guys. Peace out, every pony. Bye!